All right, all right, all right. Yes. Sound like math. What is that guy? McConaughey. All right, all right. I'm so grateful to be here. Love is a decision. It's a decision, and it's also one of our powers. We have 12 spiritual powers. We think of faith as something that we just either believe in something out there is going to happen. And it's not like that. It's activating a power that we have within us. So today I want to talk about faith. I want to talk about the activation of faith. And I want to talk about the way that faith is defined in Unity by Charles Fillmore. One of the things that Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, says is faith is the perceiving power of the mind linked with the power to shape substance. So it's not a passive thing like we always say, I'm just going to step back and let God do it. I'm going to step back, let the universe provide. It's not really like that. It's really activating the power of God and the universe within us to be able to perceive the good that's already there, to perceive the miracles that are already there, to perceive and to shape that substance that we want to manifest in our life. So what are we shaping? We're shaping invisible substance. That's the amazing thing, is that the universe is completely impersonal. We connect to it personally, but it's an impersonal power that's given to everyone and everything. And it permeates the whole of creation. Everything is good. That's the first principle of Unity, is that there's only one power and one presence active in the universe and in my life. And that's God the good, the omnipotent. So there's another quote that I came upon this week. There's no such thing as blind faith. Faith is actually the activation of our vision, which is spiritual sight. So it's not really blind at all. It's actually seeing, but we're seeing spiritually. It's activating that power of spiritual sight is what faith is. And it's akin to intuition. Some people call it intuition. And it's listening, and it's being aware, and it's being receptive. It's activating. It's consciously, purposefully, and powerfully activating the God self within us. The other thing I like is that this has all been said before. Reverend Anonymous loves to say all these things, but somebody's already said it 100 different ways. It's already been said, and it's already been manifest and demonstrated for us in the world. So we have templates to follow. So one of them I love is from Hebrews. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. I like it because it goes along with Charles Fillmore, the power of the mind to shape substance. Faith is actually substance. It's universal, spiritual, divine substance, energy, substance, that which we cannot see. It's the evidence of that which we cannot see or perceive with our limited perception. But what did Charles Fillmore call faith? The perceiving power of the mind. Well, wait a minute. If I can't see it, how can I perceive it? I can see it or perceive it with the mind. That's amazing. So that's going to go back to what we said last week from Eric Butterworth, right? Seeing is not believing. Believing is seeing. What you believe is what you will see. And that's why we see a world powerfully transformed by the growing movement of our shared spiritual awakening. Because that's what I am perceiving with my mind. I'm seeing more love and awakening in the world because that's what I'm perceiving with my mind. And what I'm perceiving in my mind is faith. That's faith. What you perceive in your mind. Well, I'm calling it my mind, but it's actually mind and heart combined. Because my heart is my mind. I think with my heart. You know that old saying, follow your heart? Probably a good idea. I think it's a great idea. Because when you're following your heart, you're moving in faith. You're moving forward in faith. And that's the name of the message today, moving forward in faith. And I got it from our newest neighbors. We've been praying almost constantly for a year now for the neighborhood. In the midst of my prayers, what showed up in the neighborhood was a sign out here with graffiti and gang tags. And I was like, I can't take that. I called up the cops. Can you do something about those gang tags? They went, I saw them looking at it, and then they sat in the parking lot and talked for an hour. And about 3 months later, it's still there. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pray, but I'm also going to go out and paint that sign. I can't stand those tags. So the minute I get all worked up about it, and I think, well, the prayers aren't enough, I'm going to go do it myself. I see a sign maker out there, a sign company. And so I go out and talk to this woman, and she says, well, you're getting some new neighbors. It's an organization called Moving Forward. I love it. It works, praying for the neighbors. We're going to get new neighbors. And the new neighbors are remodeling the building over there, and they've redone the parking lot for us and for them. They resurfaced the parking lot. And so it's a great organization. I looked it up on the internet. Moving Forward provides day habilitation services for young adults with autism. And yeah. And any young adult who might have a challenge with intellectual development or other social learning challenges. So they're really helping in the community. So your prayers are working. Our vision of a shared spiritual awakening is happening. And it always happens when I least expect it, when I begin to doubt. It's like, no, bam, Your faith is producing results in your world. And I love their slogan. Their tagline is this. When I hear it, it's just like Unity's tagline. It's really cool. If everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. Those are our new neighbors. Thank you, Moving Forward. And also they gave me the idea for a message today, so that was pretty cool. And I just love the energy of that. I really love the energy of being committed to connecting with people and bringing forth good vibrations and knowing that is a substance. That is the substance of the things hoped for. The substance is already there in my mind. So the perceiving power of my mind to perceive that substance is what affirmative prayer is, which is something we started on Thursday night. I have to say, all you guys who came on Thursday night, there was a small group of us. I went home really, really happy. Did that happen to you too? I was like, wow, this really works. I was extremely blissful after that group. So I'm very grateful to join with others in that. And it's called Mastermind because it's active faith. You have faith that whatever you're praying for with others is going to happen even when they don't. So you have other people holding the space for you. We have an amazing bond of spirit so that when my intellectual mind begins to take over and doubt again, I have others that are holding that light for me. And the energy of that, it breaks up my doubt really fast. It breaks up my fear really quickly. Whereas I might have been fearful for days or weeks or months, it'll be gone in a matter of minutes or hours, or maybe instantly. And I felt this feeling of happiness stay with me all through the night and all through the next day. And I said, you know what? That prayer stuff works. I'm doing what's mine to do. I'm in the right business. Because that's about all I know how to do these days is pray. It's all I got left. I just remodeled an apartment, and I said, I'm never, ever going to do that again. Oh, my God. I'm done mowing lawns. I'm done painting your house. I'm done fixing your roof. Knock on wood. Unless it's, no, I'm not doing this roof. The solar company will be responsible for our roof from now on. And so that's the evidence of things not seen. I have faith we're getting solar panels one of these days. I even have the date. Gives me greater faith. But what I'm talking about is seeing with your soul. It's seeing with intuition. It's knowing those things that you can't really perceive with your intellectual mind and your physical eye, but you can perceive with your soul and perceive with your mind, and you can shape that substance into something beautiful by the power of the Spirit within you. Not by the power of the ego or by the power of your limited thinking, but the power of our joined spiritual awakening and recognition that we are one. So that thing we call intuition, you can call it your soul. You have a soul contract, and so your soul's always talking to you and kind of moving you into doing what is yours to do in this life. And so you can trust that because it's always for your highest good. In unity, we always add to our prayer for the highest good of all concerned, for the highest and best, for everyone. Everyone. Not just what I think I need, but the highest good of all. And that's your soul talking to you and showing you what the highest good will be. It will reveal it to you each and every moment. If you just be receptive to your soul, your intuition, and trust. This is from Black Elk. And so he's talking about this perceiving power of the soul. When he looked out upon the plains, and he wrote this down. While I stood there, I saw more than I can tell, and I understood more than I saw. For I was seeing in a sacred manner. That's incredible. I was seeing in a sacred manner. That's what I'm talking about with faith. And I saw the shapes of all things in the Spirit, and the shape of all shapes, as they must all live together as one being. That's about as good as I can describe it. You're seeing with your spiritual eye, seeing with the vision of Christ, seeing with your soul. So this is actually a form of intelligence. Being able to see with your soul is the highest form of intelligence, and it transcends all individual abilities and skills. And I know we have all developed a lot of skills and abilities. We're healers, and we're creative people, and we're artists and musicians and gardeners and dancers, and we love to create with others from our individual abilities and skills. We love to create a community where everyone is in joy and in love. But the highest form of intelligence is that intuition that's guiding us behind all that creativity. Our soul is pushing us and guiding us each and every day and every moment. So faith simply tunes into and turns on the divine flow that has always been present. It's always there. Faith is just where you push the button. I love it. I was reading a lot of Charles Fillmore, The Revealing Word. The Revealing Word and the 12 Powers of Man. And you have to have a free weekend to read a chapter in one of these books. It's wow. But he's talking about faith, like tuning into and turning on like a button. He says, the ponderous dynamos that generate electricity to light a city are set going by a touch on a button. There's a button in the mind of man that connects him through faith with almighty energy. So we're connecting, we're turning on. We don't need to know how it works. He goes on to say, you don't need to know how it works. What you do know is when you press the button, the lights come on. And when you press that button within you, of faith, guided by your intuition, you're turning on the great power of the universe to manifest your life according to thy perfect law of love, not according to my own limited understanding, but according to that sacred manner of seeing that Black Elk was talking about. So God is actually a frequency that exists within you. You can tune in, you can turn it on. You don't really have to know. It's great to figure out all kinds of ways in which it's working in your life, but you don't have to do that. The important thing is that you know where the button is and you turn it on. And you wake up in the morning, you press the God button. When you go to bed at night, you press the God button. When you're talking with someone, you press the God button. When you're going to work, press the God button before you go there. When you're having a difficult conversation with someone, press the God button. When there's a transition in your life, press the God button. Don't walk into the room without first turning on that button. Get in the right frequency. You know, I'm asked a lot of times to help people get in that frequency, whether it be a celebration of life or a birth or a wedding or a Sunday service or a prayer circle or a healing circle or a long distance communication to some of our friends in South America or all around the world. All they're asking for is, can we get together and press that button, turn on the God button, help me turn that on? That's all it is we're helping each other to turn it on, to get in that frequency, to tune into that station. And when you tune into that station, you're in infinite mind. You're out of your individual, separate mind, and you're now into infinite mind. Eric Butterworth, one of our most famous unity teachers, and from one of his books, he says, infinite mind will put ideas into your mind. Now you're connecting your individual mind with infinite mind. Isn't that great? So infinite mind will put ideas into your mind, words into your mouth, creativity into your hands, and boundless opportunities before you, and a guiding light on your way. Oh my goodness. So I'm not only going to get the ideas and the words and the creativity and the opportunities, I'm also going to get the guidance. I'm going to have the guiding light. I can trust and have faith in that because that light is there. It's part of it. It's part of the package. It's part of the package. You'll never be given more than you can handle because you're also given the light in which to guide you. You're all called to do something great. I know it. Each and every one of you, you have something important to do here, and you know it. And all I can say is, in order to really be about it, you have to trust in those ideas that infinite mind is placing in your mind. Trust in the words that come out of your mouth. Trust in the creativity and the opportunities that are coming to you. And most of all, trust that guiding light. Always go there. Press the button to turn on the light to guide you. To me, that's the most important first step. So in that realm, people are looking all over the place for happiness. And they're going to come to you and say, how come you're so happy? I've been looking everywhere for that. Where did you find that? Where did you get that? And you just say, I created it myself. You're in charge of your own happiness. It's not going to just happen. You have to decide to be happy. You have to decide it's what you want, first of all. And then you can go about creating it. And isn't that the most fun part? If somebody could just come up and say, okay, here's some happiness. Here's your happiness. Say, well, I don't want that. I want to make it myself. And that's pretty much what it's like anyway. But then when you get that, every gift, everything that's given to you is a gift that adds to your happiness. Every single thing in this life can be seen as a gift from the universe. It's for you. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. That's the most amazing part of it, is that it's all contributing to your happiness. And you can take it all and put it in the soup. Create a nice, cook it up for yourself. So have faith that, you're going to have to step outside of your comfort zone. And I think that's the whole point of it. We get too comfortable judging others. We're far too comfortable in this world saying it's somebody else's responsibility. We're far too comfortable saying, well, I don't know, it'll fix itself. We're far too comfortable with the status quo. Having faith means we're going to have to step outside of our comfort zone. And when we do, the universe supports us in every way. The universe supports you because you're stepping forth in faith. You're saying the God in me is going to come forth now into the world. I'm going to represent Rick, let's say. God's going to come and represent you now. Isn't that incredible? I love that. When I realized, okay, now I'm going to have to allow this to come through me and then finally be me. It's going to be as me. That's a very humbling thing, and it's very much outside of the human comfort zone. That you are no longer a separate human being, you're a part of the one. And that one power of God is love. And anything that's not love is going to be cleansed from your consciousness. And that's going to get me out of my comfort zone. I am not going to feel comfortable being this powerful child of God until I am. At first, it's very different. It's very, very different. Because you are seemingly not in control of the universe anymore. You have to give it to the universal mind. But that universal mind lives in each and every one of us, right? That's what we are. And that's what we're determined to allow ourselves to remember. And that's our awakening. And that's our faith, that we activate that memory of God in us. So as we're moving forward, let us keep that memory activated. Let us keep a dedication to press the God button every morning, to remember, today I'm moving forward. I'm not going to stay it's impossible to stay where I was yesterday. Today's going to be a new day. I'm going to turn on the God. Turn it on. And whatever happens will be good, because God is all good. There's only one power and one presence active in the universe, and now active in my life. And it doesn't have anything to do with this world per se. It has to do with the universal mind of God in me. And my world will be manifest according to thy perfect law. Why? Because I'm saying so. I'm affirming it. When you affirm the truth, what happens? Bam. It's just there. Now, how could that be? It was already there, my friends. It was already there. And all I did was open my spiritual sight through faith. That's all that I did, was say, I want to see. I want to see something differently. Moving forward, I want to perceive you in love, in God, in the one. I want to perceive the awakening. I want to perceive the truth. I want that. And guess what? Bam. It happens. That's Tony's word. Bam. Why? Because it's already there. It's waiting for you around I used to say, your miracle is waiting for you just around the corner. Just turn that corner. It's waiting for you right there. There's another miracle. Oh, another one. They're everywhere. Miracles become your way of life. They're everywhere. Why? Because that's what I want to see. I love it. Miracles don't, what did it say? Faith doesn't make sense. It makes miracles. I love you guys. Have an incredible summer. Summer's begun. I love you.
You have been watching the message from our Sunday celebration service here at Unity on Cape Cod. providing a positive path for spiritual living. Please join us every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. at 147 Walton Ave, Hyannis, Mass. And visit us online at www.unityoncapecod.org.